And hello again from the Tuscan Urban Farmstead. I just realized I maybe haven't been showing you much of what's been going on. And so here, this is a work in progress, and it's progressing very slowly. As you can see, like I just wanted to do one first as a test. And this it comes from that much thicker wallpaper, which I was using, which I was cutting out the other day. And if I say the other day, I might well be referring to something that happened 3 years ago, if not more. So take my the other day very lightly in a very broad sense. So, a year for a day. No, forget it. Right. So I love the way it's coming along. And so I think my goal will be to be covering as much as possible all of these conjunction points. I don't know yet. So being very thick, it has this kind of cardboardy feel to it. So being very thick, I'm first getting it really sopping wet on the back. And I've already gone over it once here. And so then now I'm not even going to wait too long to be applying it. So here we go. My idea was I use it this way. I put these two flowers right up here. So it's kind of like the flowers connect together here. There you go. And then just lay the rest all out flat. I'm going to have to really position it properly once I put my phone down and stop videotaping. I'm making the video for you. But anyhow, you get the gist of what I'm trying to do here, don't you? So then, once that's positioned, I cover it again with a very wet brush. And I just like dab it down, constantly dabbing it downwards so that I give it a little bit of force it on top. I don't want to be pulling it in too many directions because then it might break. Right? So I just want to, sometimes you use the brush to be slightly moving one piece. Once it's really wet, you can kind of use the brush to kind of move things around a little bit, but not too much. You don't want to stray too much from the original position of the, there you see, I push it a little bit further up so it's almost touching right where I cut through there, but it was almost touching right here, right? So you want to get it back into its original shape as much as possible. Otherwise, you have to really, if I wanted to position these any different, I would have to cut them off right at the base and then reposition them in a way that makes it look as natural as possible. And sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It depends on the situation, as we all know. So there. Now this one is pretty much in place. And once again, some people like to prepare the playing field. They'd would take your cutouts and position them in very precise places, and I will have to do that later on. When I reach further down, I'm going to have to be positioning very precise places, but otherwise you can also choose to be very random about it. You don't want your well, depending on what kind of work it is you're doing, you might want it to be more structured or less structured, to be looking more casual or less casual positionings. So there you go. As you see, in some places like here, it keeps lifting up. So as the glue starts losing its starts drying out slowly, becomes more sticky, I will be coming back to this time and again and just pressing down, Like I had to do that more than once on this piece. As you see here, it is a little bit uplifted here. But afterwards, when we cover this whole thing with the flatting, with the boat flatting, practically, with the varnish, that could be another word for it, varnish, transparent varnish. When we go and cover that all with the varnish, it won't be much of a problem because the varnish will go underneath and fill in the holes in the various areas. So there you go. This is the other piece for today. And so for now, that's how it's starting to look. And boy, is that not looking beautiful. Like this, English word is bassorilievo. Practically a relief. It's almost looking like a relief, a piece of a work of relief. So there you go. I mean, this is going to be one heck of a present for someone. Well, I don't think I'm going to be presenting it myself, but I will be selling it off as a present for sure. So that's all for now. And I got plenty of other stuff to be doing. By the way, this still has to be finished. This is the little holder from the bakery, the paper holder. I covered it completely with the lighter wallpaper, and I'm going to have to think of a way to make this, like, really make the contours really nice. And then I'll be putting a little tray inside so that it stays box shape. You don't close it and open this anymore. It stays as a box shape. And I'm thinking of using some kind of tissue or even ribbon, turning everyday items into precious little things to be sharing and using really makes your day. By the way, here, these, I'm so upset about these. I hate it when my beautiful transferware English, this is my set is the English mail transferware, and the blue color. I started making this, putting together, buying it piece by piece at the market when I was pregnant with my son. Because the story goes this way. Granny was here visiting in Greve, visiting a family of friends, and her best friend, actually, well, one of her best friends. And we were all having lunch with her, and she gave me 50,000 lira. She gave all of us 50,000 lira that day. And the very next day was market day. So we were having lunch together on a Monday, and Tuesday morning was market day. And I was walking around the market and I saw these plates. And at her home, Granny had very similar plates, Clarence Crown. And the ones that I bought were actually, it was the same design, but they were from Clarence Crown. And so Granny, for me, it was just like, this is the sign. And so I started, this is the set of plates that I want to have in my house. And so, like, Granny gave me this money, I am investing it in getting myself this whole Clarence Crown tableware thing. So I would go, every time I had extra money, I would go and buy the pieces one by one. And you practically can't find them anywhere anymore. Sometimes I find pieces at the secondhand thrift stores. Otherwise, or online, but the prices online are just crazy sometimes, especially with the postage and everything. So it's like really, and then I love going around, you know, antiques, thrift stores and everything. So what really, I was really so upset when I smashed this bowl. Accidentally, it slipped and fell splatch right upside down and broke all over the place. But I thought, I am not throwing these out. I'm keeping them, and I'm going to turn them into some sort of work of art somehow. So we will see what comes of it. I might try gluing it back together again. I might not. We will see. But that's projects for the future. And yeah. And these, oh, I just hate it when my cups fall and they break, the handles break. I hate it when things smash. I think those were the last two small coffee ones. Very last two. But that's life. So, once again, from the Tuscan Urban Farmstead, that's all, and ciao for now.